Number 10 said the pair would be participating in a daily contact testing pilot to allow them to continue to work from Downing Street.
A spokesperson said both ministers would only be conducting essential government business going forward. It comes after Health Secretary Sajid Javid announced late on Saturday a full PCR test had confirmed the result of an earlier rapid lateral flow test that he had contracted the virus. The Express understands the Prime Minister held a face-to-face meeting with the Health Secretary on Friday. But the disclosure that the Prime Minister and Chancellor have avoided the requirement to quarantine is likely to anger thousands of people being forced to miss work after being pinged by the NHS COVID app. Businesses have been pressing for the app to be overhauled and made less sensitive amid concerns that staff shortages mean they cannot operate effectively. While most COVID restrictions lift in England on Monday, the rules on self-isolating for contacts of people who test positive are not eased until August 16. Then people who are double jabbed will be able to take tests rather than quarantine at home. Currently, the pilot Mr. Johnson and Mr. Sunak are taking part in only covers 20 organisations including Network Rail and the UK Border Force. Participants take daily tests and only self-isolate from their work if they come back positive. Communities Secretary Robert Jenrick told Sky News, "I appreciate the frustration the public might feel listening to this. They, like me or other members of the public, who are pinged will have to self-isolate in the usual way." But Shadow Health Secretary Jonathan Ashworth said many people across the UK would be dismayed by the special, exclusive rule. He added, "There will be parents across the country who have struggled this year when their children have been sent home because they were in a bubble and had to self-isolate. There will be workers across the country that have to isolate because they've been pinged, including in public services, including the NHS. For many of them, waking up this morning to hear that there is a special rule, an exclusive rule, for Boris Johnson and Rishi Sunak, they will be saying that this looks like one rule for them and something else for the rest of us." Labour MP Darren Jones, chair of the House of Commons Business, Energy and Industrial Strategy Committee, tweeted, "I've had to cancel my entire week because I had a text from Parliament Test and Trace telling me to isolate until Friday. Taking part in a daily testing pilot wasn't offered to me, nor is it for millions of other workers stuck at home, I assume." Liberal Democrat leader Sir Ed Davey said, "It is one rule for them and another rule for everyone else. How about the school teachers, transport workers and health workers getting a chance to be part of this test pilot, or is it only for the privileged few? People have stuck to the rules and done the right thing. Boris Johnson is taking them for granted." The timing could also hardly have been worse for the UK government, with scientists voicing increasing concern at the idea of ending all statutory legal controls while cases continue to surge. The NHS has warned of staff shortages and unions say factories could start closing within days, and there are fears over some food supplies. It also raises the prospect that Freedom Day could descend into chaos, with ministers reduced to welcoming the changes remotely from their living rooms. Mr. Johnson has repeatedly said he wants the lifting of lockdown to be irreversible, but in recent days ministers have begun to sound more cautious. While social distancing rules in England will come to an end, government guidelines advise face masks should still be worn in enclosed spaces such as in shops and on public transport, while pubs and bars should be table service only.